ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck. It's Captain Nabs here. Today we got a pretty small flight deck. As you can see, we have got the TBM930 loaded up here. We are flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator this morning. We are doing something fun. We're going to be doing something a little bit different this morning. We're going to be doing a flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator online and also in FSEconomy. So we're going to be trying to kill a whole bunch of birds with one stone here. So we'll fire up the FSEconomy client here because we're going to need that open in a little bit, and we're going to make sure we are connected to the VATSIM network. We were, and then we somehow got disconnected. And wow, it really doesn't like it for some reason. Unfortunately, because the one problem with the VATSIM network today is that it's cross the pond day. It's an advantage and a disadvantage. The advantage is, of course, we're going to get lots of ATC, but we're also going to be completely slammed with traffic and technical issues, possibly with too many people try to connect to the servers at the same time. Let's see what it's up to now here. It's up to 2,400 connections in total, so I don't think it's quite up to the level where it was in the spring, but it's still a pretty hefty workload. So yeah, we are here at Lake Simcoe Regional, just north of Toronto. We're going to be doing just a short hop in FSEconomy, lugging down about 6 or 7 people, and not making a huge amount of money, but just making a little bit of extra money in FSEconomy. But I want to just try it out and see how the traffic looks when you do it in in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So let's get this show on the road here in my TBM. I've gotten pretty good at getting this thing started here. Alright, and let's make sure we have nav lights on. Let's get these screens booted up. Our flight plan should be already preloaded from when we loaded the sim here. And it does look like it is preloaded there. Let's just check on the MFD page and see what our flight plan says. And it does say direct to Duvos, and then at Duvos we are supposed to join the arrival into Toronto. It looks like it's all there for runway 23, so that looks pretty good. And we'll put the navigation or the communication radios on this frequency here. And it looks like we've already got people communicating on the frequency we're on, but that's not the frequency we want. We probably want to have, let's see here, SH2407. So let's do 12407. Oops. I missed the 07. That's it. That's the frequency there. Transfer that over. Alright, so first things first, let's just get this airplane
67, American 87 heavy.
Fired up and ready to go here. I'm just going to get an altitude in here. I'm going to put in an altitude of 49, so at least it's ready to go, because it's just quicker to program an altitude if we already have a little bit in there already to start. And yeah, let's get this airplane started here. This should be on FMS. Alright, so we got the fuel pump, we turn it on, and turn on the starter. And you'll see it starts to build up some NG speed here.
Toronto Center, very good morning to you. Idaho 27 Foxtrot.
And once you get to about 12 to 13%, move the control lever up to, should be up to low idle. It should have been in cutoff. Low idle. That's going to push it up to about 55% when we can go to high idle, and then bring it into the idle position, the flight idle position. Alright, so oil pressure's climbing. This airplane, you've got to watch the ITT, because the ITT will continue to rise if you're not careful. So once we get about 55%, we can move this to high idle. You'll see the ITT then really starts to skyrocket as it reaches the high idle, but if you bring it back over to the taxi position, then it brings it back under control. And there we go. We got a whole bunch of stuff going here, but the engine start is successful. We've got a good NG, stable engine instruments, so we can go ahead and turn on a few other things here. So we can put the boost pump now to auto. It'll just come on if there's a failure. Make sure the fuel selector is in auto. Make sure we turn the autopilot systems on. We're also going to need some minimal ice protection. At all times we should have the pitot install heats on. And we should also have the bleed system in the auto position. And that basically eliminates all your yellow lights, and that's pretty good there. Alright, let's get a piece of paper here, and let's get ready to copy a clearance down from Toronto Center. Toronto Center, good morning. It's TBM November 25, Mike Foxtrot. And he may not be able to hear us from here.
Toronto, good morning, Canada 17 Alpha Kilo, level 360, inbound to Samara.
Let's try this frequency. Toronto Center, good morning. November 25 Mike Foxtrot on the ground, Lake Simcoe Regional.
Station calling call sign only.
November 25 Mike Foxtrot. While he's getting...
November 25 Mike Foxtrot, can I get your position please?
November 25 Mike Foxtrot on the ground, Lake Simcoe Regional, looking to pick up the IFR to Toronto.
Sorry now, stand by please.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead. Okay, stop backing up in front of me. I'm going to go behind you, because there's the runway over there. Windsock looks like it's just about calm. So we're just going to start taxiing here. Okay, where are you going, buddy? You can't just cut in front of me. That's just a idiot maneuver. I love the vehicles, but they sometimes just do silly things on the apron here. Let's see here.
Roger, report back.
And I should make sure we have Unicom ready to go for the departure here as well.
United 2307 Heavy, Toronto Center, hello. Twin Jet 227, Montreal 132.62.
Alright, we'll set the takeoff flap there. And we'll hold short here while we wait for our clearance. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. The parking brake's on. I get it. Oral warning's okay. Thank you.
Twin Jet 227, it's 132.62.
Let's just have a quick look here. I can't remember the runways here. I feel like this is runway 28 actually. Sorry, 28.
German Cargo 8189, Montreal 132.62.
This guy's working hard.
132.62.
The non-event traffic's going to get a very low priority today, unfortunately, on the VATSIM network. There's a broadcast message. And the voice servers are getting overloaded and the ATISes have all been deleted. Bit unfortunate, but what can you do? Alright, if he doesn't get back to us in another minute here, we may just depart VFR and pick up the IFR in the air. Playing dirty pool. This is why I didn't start my FSEconomy, because I wasn't sure how long the delay would be here on the departure. Trouble with Suhai is this controller's covering a large chunk of airspace right now. Hoy. Trouble is you don't hear how much traffic there is on the frequency. I suppose we should get the taxi light on.
Canada 747, Toronto Center, hello. Canada 885 Heavy, call Montreal 132.62.
He's got a lot of traffic on his plate.
Delta 137, Montreal 132.62.
A lot of traffic on his plate. Let's see what we got here. I did find a checklist for the...
25 Mike Foxtrot, I haven't forgot, you'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you. Okay. I wasn't too worried he forgot, but I just wanted to sort of prompt him there a little bit and make sure he knew where we were. And I put that in the chat. I put 28 at CYLS so he knew what airport we were at for the departure. Alright, so let's do the before taxiing check. Standby instruments checked. Do need an altimeter setting here. Let's go. Borden is probably closest. I don't think Lexingco Regional has.
Station calling to leave the flight at Colson only.
3016 on the altimeter here.
47, report back. Midbelt 17 Victor, contacts Montreal 134.32.
So 3016. Alright, MFD flight plan is set. LFE is set, and the weather radar. De-icing systems tested. Inertial separator
Negative for now.
will need to be on for takeoff. And flight controls checked. We should be able to just see the tail there. We can just see the elevator horn there. We can definitely see the ailerons. And the rudder we'll just have to do by feel. Trims test.
Euro 62 Sierra Romeo, Toronto Center, hello.
Trims tested.
United 27.
Flaps are takeoff position, throttle, feather twice. Engine instrumentation system checked. Everything looks green. Casts check. Just park and brake. And in fact, the inertial separator is now open. And let's do the before lineup checklist. Landing lights we'll do in a minute. Strobes we'll do in a minute. Ignition is auto. Auxiliary boost pump auto. Fuel selector is auto. DA systems are as required. Pitot, left and right stall heat are all on. Inertial separator is open for now. Trims are set for takeoff. 1, 2, 3. Flaps are set for takeoff. Air conditioning is not required. Bleed is auto. LFE we'll say is checked. Fuel gauges checked, and we have to reload the fuel anyways with the FSEconomy momentarily. Ammeter is less than 50 amps. I don't know if this is always kept realistically here, but it's no, it's 0, isn't it? It's a volt. Yeah, it's close to 50, anyways. A lot of the simulations in this airplane are not realistic, so I do my best. But engine instruments check.
25 Mike Foxtrot, Toronto Center.
Go for 25 Mike Foxtrot.
25 Mike Foxtrot. Can I get you what runway you'll be departing and estimated time of?
Okay, runway 28, and we're holding short of the runway right now, so we'll be airborne about 2 minutes after clearance.
Copy, November 25 Mike Foxtrot, you're clear to destination Toronto after departure, fly runway heading for 3000. Then expect vectors to Dover. Depart runway 28, squawk 0512.
November 25 Mike Foxtrot, clear to Toronto via runway heading, maintain 3000, expect vectors to Duvos, departing runway 28, squawk code 0512.
November 25 Mike Foxtrot, readback is correct. Clearance valid now, cancelled if not airborne by 15230 Zulu, time now 1525 Zulu, monitor Unicom for deck and takeoff call back airborne.
Okay, over to Unicom and check the clearance is void by 1530 Maple, correction, November 25 Mike Foxtrot.
17 Alpha Kilo, contact
Okay, over to Unicom. So we got departure 28, we got to maintain runway heading 3000. So we'll just set that, we'll set the runway heading, and we're ready to go. Alright, so now we can start that FSEconomy client. Take off the parking brake. Alright, just verify that the FSEconomy client is running. It does recognize we have passengers on board, so good. Landing light. Strobe light. Lake Simcoe Regional Traffic, November 25 Mike Foxtrot's TBM taking position runway 28 for departure, straight out runway heading 3000 IFR. Alright, and I don't see any traffic coming as far as I can see down the runway here. Oh, that's not the runway. That's the runway there. Oh, I thought this was the runway here. It's just the holding bay. Close enough. And that transponder does not turn on the vPilot transponder properly, so we had to do it ourselves. Alright, really quick, we got a lineup check to do here. ADI, HSI, and headings are all set. Prop RPM will have checks in the green, and torque 100%. Alright guys, here we go. Okay, props in the green, torque should be close to 100% there. It's a little hard to see it this far away. It doesn't over torque too badly with the inertial separator at least, so. Looking for a rotation speed of 90 knots. If I can keep it straight down the runway, that'd be nice. There's 90 knots, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. I did not set that heading very accurately. So there's the heading. We're going to fix the flight level change. We're going to get the autopilot on. Track the flaps. Close the inertial separator. And need the yaw damper on as well. It's got to turn on the yaw damper manually. Lake Simcoe Regional Traffic, November 25 Mike Foxtrot is airborne off runway 28 about to level 3000. Once the separator closes, that power really picks up again. Alright, back to... Oops. Toronto Center, hello, November 25 Mike Foxtrot, airborne 2700, just about level 3000.
November 25 Mike Foxtrot, squawk ident.
Ident, November 25 Mike Foxtrot. Just doing it in the vPilot climb because I don't think it works in the sim very well.
25 Mike Foxtrot, Toronto Center, identified left-hand right Dovos on course, climb 16,000.
A left turn direct Duvos on course and 16,000, November 25 Mike Foxtrot.
And 25 Mike Foxtrot for planning purposes, plan ILS 23 at Toronto information is standby for the ATIS.
Okay, 2-3, we'll pick up the A's when we get a second, November 25 Mike Foxtrot. Alright, 15,000, so let's go flight level change here.
Information India.
India, we'll get it to 25 Mike Fox. I hate this thing sometimes. Because the second you slip off that knob, your scroll wheel becomes a zoom wheel. Alright, so we got to set 16,000. Alright, there's 16,000. Looks like we're picking up some icing, so let's go ahead and get the prop windshield heat on, the airframe de-ice on. We'll leave the inertial separator for now. And we got to do direct to Duvos. Direct to... Select waypoint. Hold on. Okay, let's try this again. Flight plan. Duvos. Direct to Duvos. It doesn't like Duvos for some reason. That is funny. It recognizes it being part of the departure, so what we'll do is we'll just... This is not quite right, but we'll intercept the on-course this way. Because it's... Yeah, it's Microsoft Flight Simulator, unfortunately. It's not the best system. Alright, let's get that speed... No, let's get speed back a little bit here. Sometimes this scroll wheel is so annoying. It's a great idea in theory, but especially for track IR users. We'll go ahead and climb at 170. That'll give us a real big boost here to 16,000.
United 2783, Toronto Center, hello, break,
And let's go ahead, and I'm up on my other screen here, and I'm going to have a quick look and see if I can't get the pardon me. Let's get the charts up for Toronto, so we have to make sure we know what the restrictions are on the arrival. So let's see here. Duvos 3 arrival, runway 23, and let's just
170 Toronto.
The guy sounds like he's getting a little upset by the amount of stuff going on.
United 170 Montreal 123.92.
Alright, so let's get the Duvos 3 for 23.
Good afternoon.
For some reason, my Navigraph charts are being a real pain in the butt here. They're not working properly. I should be able to pin these, and they're not pinning.
Yeah, United 2783.
And this is a short flight, so I got to do this quickly here, especially single pilot. It's a lot of work sometimes. There we go. And the approach to the ILS to runway 23. There we go. Okay, so the Duvos 3 arrival, just a quick look. The only restriction is that Duvos between 10 and 8,000, so it's not going to be long. We're going to be at 16,000 before we're going to be descending again. We've got
November 25 Mike Foxtrot,
20 miles to Duvos. We got to hurry up and get this all in there. And let's get information. Foxtrot, let's find that ATIS, and let's pick it up real quick here. Alright, ATIS Juliet, Windscom, 15 miles visibility. 3030, and approach the ILS 23. Departure 23, runway 24 right. Timer 3030. Alright, so we got information, Juliet there, and we need to, and there's 10,000. So let's just get the landing light off there, leave the strobes on. And yeah, we just need a frequency more than anything for the ILS to runway 23. It's a 111.5 and 237 is the inbound course, so it should automatically set inbound course, but we are going to need nav 1, we're going to need 111.5. 5 active, so there it is, and we'll put it on number 2 as well, so we have it handy. There it is, 111.5 set both sides. Oh, over torquing a little bit as you go up in the turboprop. The power slowly increases as the air gets thinner. So you've got to keep slowly bringing the thrust lever back, the power lever back a little bit as you go, as you climb, just little by little. Alright, there we go. We're getting up to 16,000. We'll be there for at least a short period of time anyways. And yeah, so we got that all in there. So really quick briefing here. Let's just make sure we've got all the waypoints in the flight plan. So I got the chart up on the other screen here. We're supposed to go to Duvos, ADSED, and then supposed to be Cedar at 210 at 8,000 between ADSED and Airbus, but that fix seems to be in the wrong place in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Airbus, Tavik, Livig, MyPed, Satur. That's all there, and let's just make sure we add the procedure for the approach ILS runway
758 Whiskey Delta Toronto Center Velo
23. Load. And what is it doing now? See, and this is the thing about it. It shouldn't. I just hit load. It shouldn't do anything. It shouldn't be going to the first fix. It's so stupid sometimes.
November 25 Mike Foxtrot Toronto.
November 25 Mike Foxtrot, go ahead.
25 Mike Foxtrot, 3 cycles on front of squawk 0520.
Okay, squawk 0520, November 25 Mike Foxtrot. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing. Enter. There we go. Alright, so now it seems to be in the wrong place again. So let's go procedures, arrival. We're supposed to be doing the Duvos 3 and transition. Doesn't recognize Duvos as a transition, so we'll load that. And then we go to the flight plan.
9 X-ray, contact Montreal on 123.92 today.
seems to be okay with this. This GPS is just garbage sometimes.
Mike Fox, call arrival 132.8, good day.
132.8, November 25 Mike Foxtrot, good 8. This GPS is just garbage sometimes. Toronto Arrival, good morning, November 25 Mike Foxtrot, level 16000, information Juliet.
November 25 Mike Foxtrot, Toronto Arrival, good morning. Runway 23 for arrival, descend 8000.
Runway 23, descend 8000, November 25 Mike Foxtrot. Well, that was a grand total of like 60 seconds in cruise, but that's okay. This airplane, it really is good to get as high as you can because it once it accelerates to cruise, it cruises really fast at the higher altitudes. At low altitudes, it's really quite slow, but if you can get to high altitudes, this airplane, more than a lot of others, you have to get to a high altitude to be efficient. Oh, the stupid knobs and everything. And November 25 Mike Foxtrot, I don't believe we're going to make the restriction here at Duvos.
25 Mike Foxtrot, descend 8000 unrestricted.
8000 unrestricted, thank you very much. 25 Mike Foxtrot. Look at the icing on the wings and everything there. Alright, so we got the unrestricted descent, that's good. Looks like nice clear skies up ahead. And hopefully, as it approaches Duvos here, yeah, it seems to think that we're on course to Debgo, so I don't even know where Debgo is. It's not on the correct arrival. So I don't think it's going to fly correctly here. It says Duvos. And then it's supposed to go to ADSED. So, but this says Duvos, Degbo. And there's so much discontinuity between what the airplane is flying, what the flight plan is saying. It's very frustrating trying to fly these Microsoft Flight Simulator airplanes sometimes, trying to follow real-world procedures as much as possible because the navigation systems are just junky. And they've already improved them a little bit. There's some better direct functionality than there was before, but still, like, things are missing, fixes are in the wrong place, the databases have tons and tons of discrepancies. And just all the rest of it too, like trying to change the approach, like it was garbage. Like as soon as I put the approach in there, it deleted the arrival. Why would you do that? Why would you delete the arrival just because the approach is in there? You want to put the approach in before you get there. Like you want to plan it out. But sometimes just the way this sim acts, it needs a lot of work still. It's getting there, but it needs a lot of work. All right, let's see how much this has cost me so far. Let's see, spent about $200 so far flying this airplane, $150 to rent it, plus about $50 in fuel costs because I rented it dry. Not too bad. I haven't even had time to do a checklist because I'm just trying to get this airplane to do what it's supposed to do. It doesn't help that it's a short flight either. After takeoff, we did do landing gear up, flaps up, torque max 100%, and EIS and CAS check. DI systems were required and inert sub is required. Climb checklist. We're going to skip right to the approach checklist at this point. Altimeter setting. We just set 30-30 for the Toronto altimeter setting. Minimums. Not going to worry about minimums today because it's VMC. I can see the airport right there from here. ComNav GPS. We've got the navigation frequency set for the arrival. And the FMS is set for the arrival. Com is set. Pressurization system is already going back down again. And differential is pretty low. LFE, I don't know where we can check that really on here. Is it on here? There's things I still haven't figured out with the TBM. Yeah, it doesn't know what the LFE is, and frankly, I don't care at this point. It's going to be pretty close to sea level anyways. Fuel gauge is checked. We got tons of gas still in the tanks here. We're only using a small amount on this flight. Voltmeter and ammeter check. They're both reasonable. DI systems, we can probably kill them now. Looks like we've left the cloud deck behind us there up north, so we can go ahead and shut off the prop de-ice, windshield heat, and airframe de-ice. Inertial separator, we can leave that off. Landing lights on below 10,000. Since we're getting pretty close to 10,000 already, we're going to get them back on right now. What a quick flight this is in the TBM. I do like the TBM because she's a fast mover. Faster than you think for a turboprop, that's for sure. I think our descent rate is actually working out really well here. We'll just pick it up just a tiny bit, but I think it's working out pretty nicely overall. Let's get the tower frequency ready as well here, because that'll be next. 118.7. There we go. Tower frequency is up, and you can see Toronto right in front of us. We just got to swing around for the Canadian ACE. I agree, and I think probably most people agree. Anyone who tries to fly this reasonably professionally and realistically is IFR right now sucks because the default aircraft GPSs suck, but sometimes it's the best way to get around, and it is trying to do the wrong runway. You idiot. You idiotic thing, you. Alright, so it should be a heading of about 057. It even has the right fixes in the flight plan. And it's just not doing it. See, it's not there, but it's here. Davik. Oh no, it changed. Yeah, no, those are the right ones. Davik, Levig. So let's see if I can do this. If I can activate this leg to Davik, then I might be able to get the nav back going here. Honestly, sometimes this airplane.
Foxtrot, descend 3000.
Descend 3000, November 25, Mike Foxtrot. Descend to 3000. Alright, so now I think it's going to follow the correct course. And I'm just noticing it's a little bit jumpy here, so give me 1 second. I'm just going to play with one setting. Alright, back in the flight deck, getting back on course. Hopefully our controller didn't notice too badly. Alright, there we go. Beautiful day in Toronto. Get a few large buildings drawing from really far away, which is really kind of odd. Yeah, I did load up the GTA scenery pack, so that's probably why it's drawing some buildings from farther away. It's probably a customized scenery pack there.
American 4055, Toronto Arrival, good morning. Information is India, altimeter 3018. Runway 24 right, descend 8000.
Hopefully there's still a few airplanes to look at when we get on the ground down there in Toronto, because that's kind of the whole point of doing the stream, was to get a chance to look at some of this multiplayer action on the VATSIM network with this simulator. And the one thing, of course, about the simulator is that they don't have a lot of AI livery packs out there yet. It's a very basic sim still to this point. People haven't got those out there yet, which is fine. Because, so you'll see a lot of default airplanes. You won't see the correct colors or anything. I'm sure that will come with time. I'm sure there are probably plenty of people out there that are already looking at it and working on it.
5 Mike Foxtrot, turn right heading 150.
Turn right heading 150, November 25, Mike Foxtrot. Alright, heading 150. Oh. I hate this zooming sometimes. Stop it. Please stop it. It drives me nuts. Alright, there's heading 150. And now that we're on the turn and we're no longer at lav mode, let's go ahead and load up that approach. There it is. It's not the best drawing in the world, but it works. And in the meantime, we can also go to nav mode. There's the loc. It's active, and it already auto-tuned itself to 237 heading. Looking good. Leveling 3,000. We'll just let the speed come back now as we level off, because we're going pretty fast here on the base turn. We are going to have to slow this puppy down for the arrival.
5 Mike Foxtrot, turn right, heading 210, intercept the localizer, cleared ILS 23.
Heading 210 to intercept localizer, cleared the ILS runway 23, November 25, Mike Foxtrot, thank you. Alright, there's heading 210. And we will arm approach mode. Where's approach mode on this silly thing? There it is. And there's loc already. A little bit of a sharp angle to intercept the loc there, but it'll do it. Alright, we got the speed back to about 180. That's pretty good because we can then get the flaps and everything out at 180, 190, 180. There's a few cars driving down the highway on a Saturday morning. Alright, so there's loc. We're on the turn to the heading of 237. There we go. And there's the runway right in front of us. Perfect. Alright, a little bit below the glide slope. Good. This is looking good. We got her all organized. We got it done. Didn't really do much of a briefing, unfortunately, in that case. It just simply, literally was not time to do that briefing. Sometimes it's just the way it is. I still live in a building right over there somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, one of those buildings right there below the wing. Behind the wing. And another building over there, and way over there. I've lived in a lot of places in this city. I'm also looking forward to one day getting some Fly Tampa scenery in here, into Toronto's scenery here, because that's something else that I think is really missing. Is a really good quality rendition of Toronto, because this is it passes, but it's not great. There's glide slopes coming to life, so I'm looking forward to one day soon, hopefully getting that Fly Tampa Toronto. It seems like they're pretty quickly releasing some of their major products, so I imagine Toronto's going to be a slower one just because of the scope of the project in Toronto. And I'll say this, it looks good, except for the fact that outside right now, the real world, it ain't this green, that's for sure. Most of the world has taken up that brown tone now. There is glide slope, and the ground altitude of 3,000 feet is set. Just keep that speed about 180 for now. Make it easy to deploy the flaps in the gear momentarily. Oh, traffic is, well, there's no traffic on the 400, it's fine. Alright.
5 Mike Foxtrot over to tower on 118.35.
Call the tower now, 118.35, November 25 Mike Foxtrot. Thanks for the service, good day.
Good day.
Toronto Tower,
and gear down.
28 is ready for departure, 24 right. Air Canada 1228 heavy Toronto Tower, good morning, the wind is 2800, clear for takeoff, runway 24 right. Clear for takeoff, 24 right, Air Canada 1328 heavy.
Toronto Tower, good morning, November 25 Mike Foxtrot on the ILS 23.
November 25 Mike Foxtrot, Toronto Tower, good morning, the wind is 28007, clear to land, runway 23.
Clear to land, runway 23, November 25 Mike Foxtrot. Clear to land, there's the runway right in front of us, we're right on target. And we're coming through 1,000 feet. Let's slow down and get that last flap out there. The other thing I wonder too when Fly Tampa does Toronto is will they work in a little bit better the scenery around here, because the racetrack should have more of a tall grandstand. It shouldn't be a flat building like that. It's quite a tall building. Little things like that, but you notice the overall effect of the Microsoft Flight Sim scenery is great. Like the barns here actually at the Woodbine racetrack look just about right. They do have that kind of green roof. They're all peaked structures. That looks good, but The grandstand was much too small as we went over it there. Alright. Cleared to land. Got the speed right back to VAP. Is there a final approach checklist? Landing lights on. Inertial separator for landing should be on. And landing gear is down, 3 green. Flaps, and we've got them in the landing position. So the final approach checklist is complete. And we just need to get the autopilot yaw damper off momentarily here. Alright, that's probably good enough. I seem to be pretty stable here. And it's showing below the glide slope for some reason. So I'm going to go ahead and take that autopilot off now because I don't know why. It was flying, looked fairly good before, and then it really kind of, as the speed dropped off, it really, it fell below the glide slope there quite substantially. So there we go. That's a little bit closer to being on slope anyways. Don't want to hit any buildings on final here.
Air Canada 1328, climb 3000 on
just the inertial separator.
Departure to 128.8.
Climb 3000 on runway heading and contact departure, Air Canada 1328.
It's all or nothing with this thing, isn't it? Trying to pitch gently in this airplane, or in any of these airplanes in Flight Simulator, could be a real pain. So it's just, it doesn't move, the controls don't move, and then they move. There we go. If we can make the reverse high-speed Hotel 3, that would be great.
November 25 Mike Foxtrot, welcome to Toronto, exit right when able.
And November 25 Mike Foxtrot's going to Sky Service. We'll take the left turn on Hotel 3.
Number 25 Mike Foxtrot, Roger, you can contact ground now, 121.65. We'll see you later. Have a good one.
Ground 2165, thank you for the service. November 25 Mike Foxtrot. Alright, flaps are going up. 2 1.
Good evening, Toronto Tower. WestJet 1572 with you, holding Toronto 24 right.
And let's just get across there. There we go. Just get across that whole short line. It takes a long time to get to it in this airplane, especially when you slow down for the reverse high speed. Toronto ground, good morning, November 25 Mike Foxtrot, vacating Hotel 3, Sky Service.
25 Mike Foxtrot, Toronto ground, good day, you can taxi to Sky Service via Echo Alpha.
Echo Alpha into Sky Service, November 25 Mike Foxtrot. Alright, Echo Alpha into Sky Service. Let's get the strobe off. Turn the lights to taxi. And it's looking a little bit choppy here right now in Flight Simulator. I don't know if it's Toronto specifically, or if it's also because I'm also streaming, which obviously uses up a fair bit of bandwidth, and then also throw onto there the audio for VATSIM codec. That can also be processor intensive, so I'm not sure what it is, but there are a whole bunch of airplanes around here if you start looking. They're mostly default looking airliners. There's some Singapore stuff. I have downloaded a couple of livery packs, so there are a few airplanes in here. There's a Transat airplane right there. Transat colors, Qantas. I don't know if any of them are correct or not, but there are airplanes. They do draw on the sim. And we need some AI traffic packs more than anything is what we're going to need sooner than later to really kind of enhance this. But it's all coming, I'm sure. I mean, this is still, it's a new platform. It's only been out for 3 months. It hasn't been that long. It's been a long time. Alright, runway clear checklist. Landing lights off, taxi lights on. de-ice systems can all go off, including the pitot and static, pitot and heat and stall heat. We don't need those. Inertial separator is on. Trims need to be reset. Yeah, they're pretty much well set. There goes a departure right there in front of us. Nicely done. Nice to see some traffic in the sim. That's one thing I've also found about Microsoft Flight Simulator is the AI traffic never seems to go anywhere. It generates at the airports, at the gates. I've almost never seen it move. And I don't know why. I haven't said anything to say it doesn't move, so I don't know why I never see it move. But flaps are up. AC is not required, and transponder, we're going to leave it in altitude. The radar is non-existent in this airplane. The runway clear checklist is complete. Yeah, so there's a few airplanes still parked at the gate here in Toronto. It was quite busy. Was quite busy 2 hours ago, but most of the departures have left. Cross the pond is pretty much the departure phase of Cross the Pond is reaching an end now. There's not much more happening in the departure phase. There's one airplane there. There's a Speedbird there at the gate. I wonder if some of these are... Actually, some of these might also be AI-generated airplanes. They may not be VATSIM airplanes. I don't even know anymore. You can't tell to look at them. But some of them might be AI airplanes that are just being put into the sim because I have the AI turned on. Alright, so this is Sky Service ramp over here. It doesn't really look very good in this sim. It looks very generic and plain. But this is where we're supposed to be. I'm going to guess that because these airplanes have service vehicles there, that these are actually AI, Flight Simulator AI airplanes and not VATSIM airplanes, some of them. I'm sure that departure was a VATSIM airplane. Because like I said, I've never seen, it's funny, I have the AI turned on and I've never seen it actually move. I see it park a lot in the various airports, but I've never seen it move. Alright, and here we are. So let's just swing around. We'll park next to this Bonanza here, and we'll call it a day. But that was a good flight. It was pretty short and sweet, but we got to experience some of that ATC. We got to enjoy a little bit of it with Microsoft Flight Simulator because I really do enjoy it. And we also made some FSEconomy dollars while we were at it too. So we really, you know, kind of got a lot of things done with this flight today. It does sound like the frequencies are getting pretty quiet in Toronto now. The traffic boom from across the pond has moved on. All the departures pretty much have happened at this point. So there's the parking brake. That's my FSEconomy flight finishing there. Let's get the taxi light off. Don't need to listen to the alarm for the parking brake. The strobe is already off. Let's turn off the fuel pumps. Let's turn off the fuel selector, and let's turn off the autopilot and trims. And then we can go ahead. We got all. We'll just close the separator for now. Feather and fuel off, and shutdown checklist. Parking brake we got set. External lights are all off. Internal lights are not required. Oxygen master switch does not move in this sim. Fuel selector is back to manual.
Canada 4048 for taxi.
Autopilot trims are off.
404, runway 248, altimeter 3018.
Air conditioning's off. Bleeds are... Oh, I didn't turn off the bleeds. That's one thing I forgot there.
Charlie, short 24 right.
Bleed system is off. Throttle's supposed to be flight idle for 2 minutes. It was definitely at idle for 2 minutes as we taxied in there. Low idle for 15 seconds before we do it cut off, so we didn't do it correctly. I'm still learning this airplane. Inertial separator off, and should have cast message boost pump, aux boost pump on at this point. Yep, good. That's just a check you do to make sure that it is working properly. When the engine's off, the boost pump should come on automatically. And then aux boost pump off, generator off, source off, crash lever down, standby instruments are all off, and the shutdown checklist is complete, and that's it. We're there, guys. Welcome to Toronto, such as it exists in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it's there, and we did get a little flight done in FSEconomy as well, with some VATSIM service and everything, so I hope you guys enjoyed that flight. Just thought I'd do a little something. We did a little controlling earlier, and I did do a little bit of controlling earlier, Brad, and they didn't need me anymore. The traffic is already completely petered out in Toronto, so that's it. So we are now done. So back into FSEconomy. Just going to see how much money I made there on my flight. I made about $3,000. It's not nothing anyways, not inconsequential, so at least I did something for the day. But that's it. So thank you guys for watching. I just thought I'd do a fun little stream there and just enjoy a little bit of that last cross the pond ATC there. You can still see one airplane flying there on the downwind. I don't know if he's arriving or if he's departing, but a little bit of traffic out there moving around. So, but we left most of it behind. So hope you guys enjoy your cross the pond day. I think I've had enough time on the VATSIM network for the time being. So thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you guys real soon.